Most people think that you need luck to win the lottery. But when the odds of winning are 1 in 292 million or 1 in 302 million for Mega Millions, you need more than just luck. Now, what if we told you that you could tilt these odds in your favor? What if we tell you the real secret of winning? In this video, we'll share the 11 best strategies for winning the lottery in 2024. Now, you don't have to leave it all to chance. You can start playing smart. Let's start with the first strategy. Number 11, stay smart with your numbers. First of all, you have to pick lottery numbers smartly with a straightforward approach. Here's the deal. Most people choose numbers that mean something to them, like birthdays or anniversaries. But unfortunately, these dates only cover numbers 1 through 31. By sticking only to these, you miss out on higher numbers, which are used less often by other players. So if you're playing a game where you can pick numbers up to 70, why limit yourself? By choosing a mix of low and high numbers like 1, 15, 36, 48, and 63, you can get out of the usual pattern and reduce the chance of having to split your winnings because fewer people will have those same numbers. Other than that, you can use the 70% win formula by lottery expert Gail Howard. To use it, you don't just pick any random numbers, you make sure their total falls within a certain range. For example, in a lottery where you pick 5 numbers between 1 and 55, the lowest possible sum is 15, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and the highest is 265, 51 plus 52 plus 53 plus 54 plus 55. What you have to do is stay away from these extremes. Winning number sums often land between 104 and 176, which covers 70% of past winning combinations. So try to pick numbers that, when added together, fall within this sweet spot. If this sounds like a bit too much math, don't worry. The main idea is simple. Avoid the very low and very high sums. You don't need any special software or tools, just a quick check before you play. Lastly, pick unique numbers. Don't follow a clear pattern in your numbers, like picking consecutive numbers or numbers that end with the same digit. Lottery draws are completely random, so your numbers should be too. Another smart move is to choose numbers that are not picked as often by others. This might take a bit more effort, like looking up which numbers are least popular, but it could mean you don't have to share the jackpot if you do win. But sometimes it's better to share the jackpot. Number 10. Team up to jack up. When it comes to boosting your odds in the lottery, there is strength in numbers. And we're not just talking about the ones you pick. Joining forces with friends, family, or coworkers to buy lottery tickets in a group can seriously jack up your chances of winning. This strategy means you have to pool your resources to buy more tickets than you can afford on your own. Here's why it works. More tickets means more chances to win. It's that simple. If you go it alone, you might buy 1 or 2 tickets. But if 10 people pool their money together, suddenly you have 10 times the tickets and 10 times the chances to hit that jackpot. Even though you will have to split the winnings, the increased odds can make it totally worth it. So how do you set it up? Well, start by forming a lottery pool. Gather a group who are interested and agree on how many tickets each person will buy, or how much each will contribute. It's important to get this agreement in writing to avoid any misunderstandings later. Decide on whether you'll pick the numbers collectively or trust one person to buy the tickets. And now we're gonna reveal one of our secret strategies. Number 9. Go where the crowds ain't. When it comes to playing the lottery, sometimes the best strategy is to go where the crowds aren't. Picking less popular games and playing at off-peak times can actually improve your odds of winning. Why though? Well, let's see. While everyone flocks to big-name draws like Powerball or Mega Millions, there are plenty of smaller lottery games out there, like state lotteries or regional games, that offer better odds of winning because they have fewer players participating. These games might have smaller jackpots, but the chance of winning any prize is significantly higher. For example, instead of the national big hitters, look at games like Lotto America, Cash for Life, or even your state's Daily Draw. These games often have better odds and less competition. A quick check of your local lottery's website can give you an idea of the different games available and their odds. Another trick is to play during odd hours if you're playing online games or instant win games. Some believe that playing at less common times, like very early in the morning or late at night, might increase the odds of winning, simply because fewer people are playing. While the timing does not technically change the mathematical odds of any one ticket winning, in games where a limited number of prizes are awarded in real time, fewer competitors might mean higher chances of winning a prize. Now, how should you decide your winning numbers? We have a strategy for that as well. Number 8. Random wins. When it comes to lottery strategies, one of the simplest and surprisingly effective methods might just be letting go of control. That's right, sometimes the best strategy is not to have a strategy at all. You should always use quick pick tickets, where you let the lottery machine randomly select your numbers. It turns out sometimes the machine really does know best. Here's why quick pick could be a winner. It's completely random. While it might seem more fun to choose numbers that have personal significance, statistically your odds of winning are the same whether you pick the numbers yourself or let the machine do it. However, the randomness of quick pick can have an edge, simply because it avoids human biases. We humans tend to favor certain patterns or numbers, especially those related to dates like birthdays and anniversaries, which limits the range of numbers we choose. Quick Pick does not care about dates or patterns. It selects across the full range of available numbers, potentially covering a broader spread that many players might not touch. Interestingly, statistics from various lotteries indicate that a significant proportion of winning tickets, sometimes more than half, are quick picks. This method removes the pressure of trying to figure out the best numbers and leaves it up to fate, which in a game of chance like the lottery is really what it's all about. Using quick pick also saves time. There's no need to pore over past winning numbers or develop complex strategies. You just buy your ticket and you're set. There's one other rule about choosing your ticket number. Number 7. Cover all bases. If you want to drastically boost your chances of winning the lottery, one extreme strategy is to play every possible number combination. Even though this approach is costly, it guarantees that you'll hit the winning numbers in at least one ticket. But could you even do that? Well, yes, by buying in bulk with your friends. For a typical lottery game, there are millions of potential number combinations. By purchasing a ticket for every single combination, you ensure that at least one of your tickets will match the winning numbers. This was famously done in a Virginia state lottery in 1992, where a group invested millions to buy every possible combination, and it paid off. They won the jackpot. However, there are several factors to consider with this method. First and foremost is the cost. The expense of purchasing every combination is immense, and usually only feasible if the jackpot is significantly higher than the total cost of the tickets. This is why you should team up with a pool of investors who are willing to share the cost and the winnings. Second, there's the logistics. Buying millions of tickets is not a simple task. It requires considerable planning, time, and the ability to handle and organize that many tickets without making errors. So make sure you consider all these things before trying out this unique but bold strategy. Now, even though we said to play the lotteries that are not common, it does not mean you totally leave the popular ones out. Number 6. Powerball or go home. Sometimes, taking a shot at these popular lotteries is worth the excitement and the potentially life-changing jackpots. Powerball, for example, is famous for its staggeringly high payouts. While the odds of winning might be tougher compared to smaller games, the allure of those massive prizes is hard to resist. When you play Powerball, you're not just buying a ticket, you're buying a dream. The dream of all your financial worries vanishing in a second. Why? Because the larger the game, the larger the prize pool. Games like Powerball or Mega Millions operate across multiple states, meaning they can accumulate massive jackpots that smaller, state-specific lotteries simply can't match. Yes, there are more players, which means competition is fierce, but the potential payout is enormous. When you decide to play these big lottery games, think of it as part of a broader strategy. Perhaps allocate a part of your lottery budget to smaller games for frequent but smaller wins, and another part to games like Powerball for a chance at the big time. This balanced approach keeps you in the game regularly, but still in the running for the major jackpots. Now, let us tell you about another strategy to increase your chance of winning the lottery. Number 5. More tickets, more chances. No, we're not going to tell you again to buy all the possible combinations. This time, all you have to do is buy as much as you can as a single person. When you play the lottery, buying more tickets can give you a better shot at winning. Each ticket is a new chance to win, so the more you have, the better your chances. But remember, while buying more tickets sounds like a great plan, it's important to not spend too much money. Now, what should you do? Well, if you buy one ticket, your chances are pretty slim. But if you buy 5 tickets, you increase your chances, even though they're still not huge. However, make sure you don't go overboard with spending. Consider buying lottery tickets as just another fun thing to spend money on, like seeing a movie or going out for a meal. Decide how much you're okay with spending on lottery tickets each week or month and stick to that budget. A good tip is to not just buy a bunch of tickets for one game. Try buying a few tickets but for different lottery games or different drawings. This way you spread out your chances and keep things exciting without spending more. Now, what should you do after you purchase your ticket? Number 4. Guard that gold. Keeping your lottery ticket safe is as important as buying one. Your lottery is just like your gold. It's potentially worth a lot, and you wouldn't want to lose it before finding out if you've struck it rich. Here's why safeguarding your ticket is important and what can happen if you don't. Firstly, your lottery ticket is your only proof of purchase and the only way to claim your prize. No ticket, no prize. That's the hard and fast rule of the lottery. If you lose it and it's unregistered, anyone who finds it can claim your winnings. Imagine the heartbreak of losing out on a life-changing sum simply because you weren't careful with a piece of paper. So how can you protect your ticket? As soon as you purchase your lottery ticket, sign the back. This step is important because it legally marks the ticket as yours. Next, keep it in a safe place where you won't forget it. A locked drawer or a safe are good options. Avoid leaving it in places where it can easily get damaged, like in your car or in your wallet, where it might slip out unnoticed. For extra safety, take a photo of both sides of the ticket. This won't replace the need for the original in case of a win, but it can help verify your claim if there are any disputes, or if the ticket is partially damaged. Finally, if you're particularly concerned about losing your ticket, you should register it if your lottery offers that service. Registered tickets are linked to your identity, so even if the physical ticket is lost, the record of your purchase and ownership is secure. Now, let us give you the most important advice that most people don't follow. Number 3. Data is your friend. This strategy includes leveraging historical data to spot patterns or trends in lottery draws. Many lottery enthusiasts swear by this method. They claim to use past results to inform their choices. The idea is not about predicting the exact numbers that'll come up next, but rather identifying certain trends or frequencies that might increase your chances of picking winning numbers. Where can you find this data? Well, most lottery organizations provide a history of drawing results on their websites. This archive is an incredible resource for anyone serious about analyzing lottery trends. Other than that, numerous third-party websites and apps offer sophisticated analysis tools that are specifically designed for lottery data. These platforms compile historical draw information and use various algorithms to highlight potential patterns. For example, some software can show you numbers that are drawn more frequently, that are often referred to as hot numbers, or those that haven't appeared in a while called cold numbers. There are also tools that might suggest a balanced mix of numbers based on past draws. They incorporate combinations of odd and even numbers or high and low numbers. A practical example of using data effectively comes from a famous story in the 1980s, where an American mathematician named Jerry Selby found a loophole in the Michigan and Massachusetts state lotteries. When he crunched the numbers, Selby found that certain conditions made winning statistically probable. He and his wife formed a betting group, invested heavily when conditions were right, and ended up winning millions of dollars. To apply these principles, you have to start by selecting a lottery game, and then gather as much historical draw data as possible. Use online tools or apps designed for lottery analytics to process this data. Experiment with different types of analyses, like frequency or combinatorial trends, to develop a strategic approach to selecting your numbers. But don't forget that no method can guarantee a win. But using data to inform your lottery choices can increase your odds more scientifically than relying on luck alone. Number 2. Go global. We are living in a connected world, or as everyone likes to call, a global village. Today, you're not limited to local games. You can go global and participate in international lotteries. Sometimes, these lotteries offer much larger jackpots than those available locally. This accessibility to global games increases your options and potentially your chances of hitting a massive jackpot. So what are some of these international lotteries? Well-known games include Australia's SA Lotto, Europe's Euro Millions, and Italy's Super Enalotto, among others. These games are renowned for their sizable jackpots. For example, Euro Millions once reached a jackpot of 240 million euros, which is equivalent to 255 million USD. Playing these international lotteries is straightforward thanks to the online lottery platforms. You can play these lotteries on sites like The Lotter, Play Huge Lottos, and Lotto 247, which allow users from all over the world to purchase tickets for various global lotteries. All you have to do is choose a reputable online lottery service that supports the lottery games you're interested in. Register and set up your account, select the lottery you want to play, choose the numbers, purchase your tickets, and then just wait for the draw. If you win, most services will handle the claim process for you, especially for smaller prizes. For larger winnings, you might need to travel to the country of the lottery to claim your prize in person. But no problem with that if you're going to be a millionaire, right? Number 1. Keep up with the times. Lotteries are constantly changing, especially with new technology, which is why you should stay updated with these changes to have a better chance of winning. Today, you can buy lottery tickets online through websites and apps, making it super easy to play different games from home. This means you can try your luck with lotteries from around the world without leaving your couch. These online platforms are also great because they help you keep track of all the lottery results and can even tell you when you win, so you never miss out on collecting a prize. Lotteries also use the latest technology to pick numbers. They use special computer programs to make sure every draw is fair and random. Understanding how these systems work can help you feel more confident about playing. To stay in the loop, subscribe to lottery news sites, follow relevant blogs, and join online forums where enthusiasts discuss trends and tips. Social media channels for official lottery operations are also an incredible source for real-time updates on rule changes, promotions, or new game launches. By keeping up with these updates, you can make sure that you're always ready to make the most of your next lottery ticket. Do you want to know if these strategies are actually proven? Check out our next video to hear about the biggest lottery wins from this April and see how people have turned these strategies into their dream jackpots. Don't miss to see how they actually won.